How's it going, guys? Getting ready to head out for Fabtech 2017. Leaving early tomorrow morning. Gonna go visit a fellow YouTuber on the way and be in Chicago. One of my favorite cities. Favorite U.S. cities to visit. Yeah, I know, crime's high, traffic's horrendous, but Chicago's just a fun town. A lot of stuff to do, a lot of stuff to see. Hey there, I am Welder. How's it going today? So some of the things that I'm going to be looking for at Fabtech, I'm going to be looking at CNC plasma tables, the Torchmate in particular, because I kind of like their theory where the table, the software, and the plasma cutter all come from one place. So tech support's really easy. You got a question, you got an issue, you call one phone number. At least that's my impression. I'm going to go talk to the people at Torchmate, which is owned by Lincoln now, just in case you didn't know that, and see what they have to say and check out the fit, finish, whatnot. Otherwise, there's several other brands that to look at while I'm there. Then abrasives. Always got to stop and talk to the abrasives guys. I go through a lot of abrasives in the shop, and so I want to see what any new coatings, what they recommend for different things. I didn't get to go to Fabtech last year. Too much stuff going on in my life, and just didn't go. Would have loved to have gone to Las Vegas to Fabtech, but it is what it is. So I know there's been some advancement in abrasives, and I want to go check out and see what's available. Yep, I've tried the Walter discs. I've got a few of them in the drawer. Lately, I've been leaning towards the preferred flap discs. They seem to hold up really well. And Ferd makes one that I haven't seen anybody else make. It's actually rounded on the edge. So if you're getting into a fillet weld to smooth it out, you can reach right into the fillet and grind it out, which is kind of nice. Use those a lot when making bumpers. You get some of those areas where, if you've seen my bumpers, they conform to the shape of the vehicle, and sometimes I gotta get in to grind something smooth. I am Welder. Is welding what you do for a living or hobby, or? So let's see. So if you've never been to Fabtech, it is well, that's cool. I'm more of a hobby welder now too, so even though I do it for clients, but making stuff is my hobby, so it works out. Let me adjust the camera here a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. So if you haven't been to Fabtech, it is a giant conglomeration of every manufacturer of everything fabrication, from pipe and tubing, flat work, structural. If it's made of metal and it gets fabbed, there's somebody at Fabtech who deals in it. It looks like we're just down to one watcher now. So how long have you been welding? Cool. So, what machine do you use? Or machines? Welding's kind of like an addiction. You start with one machine, and then you get another machine, and then another machine, and then you sell a machine and buy another machine. I'm down to I'm down to three right now. The Lincoln 210 MP, which I just did a video on. That I really like that machine. Lincoln SP 250. The SP 250 that's I bought in 1991, I believe. And then I got the Eastwood TIG 200. You know, I like Miller machines, and I've used a lot of them. And I'm not tied up on any one color. Blue, red, black, yellow. Really doesn't make a difference as long as it'll lay a good bead. As far as the Lincoln and Miller go, the two big guys, their machines are so comparable that it just comes down to, you know, what is having the best sale price right now to me. I don't get tied up in manufacturers and whatnot. It's just yeah. I've tried the AHP machines. My local welding store stocked them for a little while, and I went in and did a test run on them. I just didn't care for them. I didn't think the fit and finish was there. And honestly, I don't know. And same with Everlast. They haven't been around long enough for me yet. It's all about the warranty and the support. I needed a drive roller for my 25-plus-year-old machine, and I went to my local welding store. He hopped up on the computer, and Lincoln still stocked the drive roller and had it to me in 2 days. So that's that customer support down the line. I'm not buying machines for today. I'm buying them for 10, 15 years from now. And with the cost of some machines, it makes a difference. You want that support long into the future. I test drove the Rebel at Fabtech 2015. They had some set up for testing and welded nice. And then I spent 3 hours with one with the sales rep at my local welding store. The ESOB rep brought one in, and we set it up, and I ran it off and on for 3 hours, and in all three modes, MIG, stick, and TIG, and it welded beautifully. I really liked it. I liked it a lot, except for out of the box with MIG and stick, it was running about $1,400, and the 210 MP with the rebate came in just a hair over $1,000 after taxes. And that's what made the decision for me. It was just a cost decision. Otherwise, that Rebel welded beautifully. I was really impressed with it. And of course, ESOB owns Victor now, and my cutting torches are Victor. I've always been a Victor guy for some reason, probably because that's what my local welding store carried. In fact, when I bought my Ideal Arc 250 SP, That is true. They are made in Mexico. But no, I haven't tried a Petrogen. I'm looking forward to. I'm going to stop by the HTP booth and check out the HTP offerings too while I'm at Fabtech. Talk to the guys there. They seem to have a really good support network. And I am going to be replacing the Eastwood TIG welder with something. Only requirements is 200 amps and AC/DC. Otherwise, I'm not tied up to any specific model yet, so I'm going to be checking those out and seeing what's available. Not something I'm going to be doing tomorrow, but probably in the next year or so that's going to get replaced, so I want to know what's available. Sorry, I keep glancing over at the comments here. Just the phone's a little far away. The camera for me to see the comments on the phone. So as usual, this time of year, weather is crap around here. Here at the house, down by Lake Superior, it's wet, and muddy, and a little bit of snow on the ground, and had to run up to the top of the hill here in Duluth, so about 600 feet vertical higher, and there's 4 or 5 inches of snow, and all the side streets are still covered in snow and ice, and driving was not excellent this morning, that's for sure. So I'll be trying to get some video for you guys at Fabtech. One of the things that I had a blast watching last time was the 5-axis water jet. Guys were running parts all day long, and it was just cool to watch. I'm, watching something cut on a curved surface is really interesting. And the accuracy, really incredible. I never had a problem with taking photos there. This will be my 3rd time going, and yeah, they've never said anything about you can't take photos. Everything there is for sale, so I don't know why they would forbid photos. Besides, everybody's walking around with a phone, so stopping people taking photos would be really difficult. I'll have to go back and read it again, but yeah. And I know some of the other YouTubers who are going, Jimmy DiResta, Jim Bollinger, are planning on shooting video from there and doing live stream. What days are you going? Wow. I can't be there all days. We're going to be there Monday afternoon, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning, and depending on weather, how late we stay on Wednesday. It's about little traffic. It's about a 12-hour drive home, so don't want to be there much past uh, 3 o'clock probably at the latest. Yeah, it doesn't make sense for us to fly. And my wife is coming along too, but she's not going to Fabtech. She's going to hang out with friends and check out some museums and that stuff, which she usually does while we're in Chicago. You're flying into O'Hare or Midway? Okay. O'Hare is just a cool airport. I've flown in and out of there quite a few times, and I always get a kick out of O'Hare. First Lamborghini I ever saw up close and in person was in the O'Hare airport. It was right there in the concourse with ropes around it. The sound quality okay today? I got it's a little chilly here in the basement. Got the heater on. I don't know how much of that the mic is picking up. Okay, that's good to know. Usually I ask that first. I kind of forgot. Wasn't even thinking about the heater being on. So if you see two guys in Wood Metal Workshop swag, make sure you say hi. Son and I are both be there. He's listed as my shop assistant, which is what he is. Even though he does as much work in the shop as I do. But we got new T-shirts and hats. So, so what stuff are you going to look for? Anything in particular, or just going for the experience? Yeah, it's huge. It's but it's fun. I mean, you just take your time, stroll through, check out what you want to check out. Yeah, there's some really knowledgeable people at the booths from what last couple of times that I've been that really know what they're talking about. So what kind of business do you want to start? What kind of welding? I'm assuming it's welding. What kind of just general welding and fabrication, or manufacturing, or something specific? Well, that sounds like fun. Of course, just welding is fun. And you get start adding in some other equipment, mills, lathes, where you can start doing some more fun stuff, more exacting fabrication. I should have added a mill and a lathe much sooner than I did, but I was being picky. I wanted American iron, and should have just bit the bullet and gone with any machine, any good machine that I could have gotten, even if it was Taiwanese, just to get going. You can always sell them an upgrade. I've been looking at their table, and everything looks really good. I'm just that integration thing. I've known so many people that their plasma table sits for weeks because they can't get an answer on why something's not working, because the manufacturer of the table doesn't know the software and the integration with the plasma cutter, and it just kind of scares me. I know that a friend of mine down in Minneapolis, his table sat for close to 6 months before he finally got it fixed, before they figured out exactly what was wrong, and got it going again. But it looks like Delusional makes a really nice product. I haven't seen one in person, but it looks like it's really well built. And being able to CNC plasma cut is a big bonus to any shop. Makes getting your parts made up a lot faster than doing it by hand. Especially if you're doing multiple of the same piece. If you're just doing one-offs, it's nice, but it's not necessary. The other thing I like about Fabtech is last time I walked out of there, I had 6 months worth of flap discs in my bag. Right now, I'm using the Eastwood unit. Not too happy with it. Well, it's adequate. I did a review on it not long ago. Uh, that's definitely getting upgraded before the TIG welder gets upgraded. And that'll be a Hypotherm or a Tomahawk. Narrowed it down to those two. We'll see what I do for a plasma table. Once I figure out what I'm going to do for a plasma table, that'll make a difference on which new plasma cutter I get. Yeah, I got so many flap discs, and just a ton of paint markers. I think between the two of us, I haven't used the AHP, and I'm when I upgrade, I'm going up much higher. It's either going to be the Hypotherm 65 or the Tomahawk 1000. Yeah, because they all lie. They really do. Well, I wouldn't say lie, but this is our max. You can cut this much and you can sever this much. Yeah, you can probably the cut at that the cut at the top end is really poor. Um, so if you're going to be wanting to cut, you know, 3/4 inch plate or 7/8 inch plate, you really want a machine that's rated for an inch. And if you want to cut 1 inch plate, you probably want a machine that's rated for 1.5 inches. And then back that up with really dry air. I run mine. My air goes through a cooler and then through a desiccant filter for the plasma cutter, and really makes your stuff last a lot longer. Well, it does because then you have to clean up the cut, and that's time. And grinding discs, they're not expensive, but they're not cheap either. But your time is really important. You get a nice clean cut, you knock the dross off, and you can go right to welding. Great. If you got to spend 20 minutes, half an hour cleaning up a cut so you can weld it, makes a big difference. It's that time. You don't think about it sometimes, but time is the most important commodity you have in a welding shop. The faster you can move stuff through, the more money you can make. So the less time you spend prepping, you get parts that are cut accurately, then you don't have to spend so much time working on them. They make a big difference. That's why I switched almost, anything I can cut on the dry cut saw or the bandsaw, I cut there. Yep, that's a good machine. I don't think it's as good as the Hypotherm, but it's a darn good. Thermal Dynamics makes a very good machine. And I believe they're owned by ESAB now too, so there's a good big company backing them up. Thermal Dynamics was the first plasma cutter that I ever had. That was back in '92, I think. I picked up a demo unit from my local welding store. Probably had maybe 10 hours of demo time on it. Probably should have kept that one, but it was only rated for, I think, 3/8 inch plate. And back at that time, the only time you used a plasma cutter is for aluminum or stainless. Consumables were really expensive, and just the technology wasn't there yet. Well, guys, we've been going for about half an hour here. Unless somebody has any other questions, I think I'm going to wrap this up, and I got stuff I need to do. All right, I hope to see you at Fabtech. I am Welder. I said if you see us walking around, make sure you hit us up. Thanks for watching.